Tonight, the nightmare tenants who just won't pay the rent.
Going without food and not being able to look after my children because the tenant is not paying the rent on a property is ridiculous.
And the landlords who are left counting the cost. Good evening and welcome to the Tonight programme. In recent years, the UK has enjoyed a buy-to-let boom, with more people than ever using property as an investment for the future. And for a while, it seemed like a safe bet. Property prices kept increasing and the rent kept rolling in. But in these recession-hit times, things are no longer that simple. According to the latest figures, a record 400,000 private landlords have tenants who have fallen behind with their rent. And it seems getting them to pay up or get out is not always that easy. Jonathan Maitland meets the landlords whose lives are made a misery by nightmare tenants.
But it's not just about rent with nightmare tenants. Sometimes they'll take liberties, to put it mildly. That's exactly what landlord Christeen Wilson discovered when she called at one of her properties in July last year to see why the monthly payments had dried up.
The first thing that I saw was a bed right here. Somebody had been living there. Food, clothing, everything. As I came into this room, there were beds everywhere. Over there, and a mattress on the floor. There was congealed food everywhere, dirty nappies, just total disarray. I just couldn't believe it because this was a beautiful house when I'd rented it out, a beautiful house.
In the kitchen, there was another surprise.
There's a man just sort of slumped like this over the counter. Somebody I don't recognise, stood up, very drunk and a cigarette in his mouth. He didn't speak a word of English and things became very difficult indeed.
The house was originally let to a family of 3, but Christeen suspects that at least 12 people were living in there.
I went into the other bedroom on the left-hand side that has an ensuite, which I can only describe as a sewer because it was just so disgusting. And outside I found a whole host of bin liners here, everywhere. Some of the furniture that I'd had was outside. It was all smashed to pieces. I'm still horrified by it. Coming back to this house, you know, today and looking around it, I don't fail to shudder at how I felt at that time. And it took me a long time to get over it. Not all tenants are bad, but this was the worst situation that I've probably come across.
Experts recommend that landlords pay regular visits to their properties to prevent potential problems like this developing. But who